Enlarge it.
A bad credit score can cause you some big problems, cost you a lot of money over time, and in some cases keep you from owning a home or a car. No problem now, just buy better credit. They're calling it piggybacking. And people pay under this scheme to be added, well, I shouldn't say scheme, they pay to be added as an authorized user on someone else's credit cards. Someone with great credit who's getting paid to allow this to happen. And just like that, the credit score jumps up. Mortgage industry is none too pleased about this piggybacking business. So look from Bullitt to West Palm now. And Greg McBride here to talk about it. He's a senior financial analyst at Bankrate.com. So Greg, basically what you do, I guess you go to a website and you say, I want my credit to get better. And then what do?
Well, there's a credit repair firm that acts as an intermediary, and so I would go to them and I would pay them about $1,000, and then they would contact somebody like yourself with good credit and say, hey, let Greg hitch a ride on your credit report, and we'll pay you about $100 or $200.
What do you mean hitch a ride on your credit report? Explain to people how this works.
The way this works is the authorized user isn't actually using the credit card. What they're basically doing is riding the coattails of somebody who has a good payment history in an effort to boost their credit score in a very short period of time.
Greg, I read about one guy who had 19 credit cards that he had for a long time, had a perfect payment history on them, and then he sells out through this intermediary use of those credit cards. So the person who's buying doesn't actually get to use them. Just the credit score went from like 580 to 720 in an instant.
And that's why lenders are so unhappy, because this is a misrepresentation of that borrower's payment history, that lenders are saying, hey, this is outright fraud, and what's going to result is that people are going to end up being able to borrow money, more of it at a lower rate than they would otherwise be able to qualify on their own 2 feet.
But this is not illegal in any way, is it?
It's not. It exploits a loophole and I think exposes a flaw in the credit scoring model, because the authorized users aren't exactly making the payments. It's the person who's made the payments in the past and has a very good credit record that they're basically jumping on, getting a free ride from them.
Let's look at this from the other perspective. If you happen to be one of these people who has great credit and a bunch of credit cards that maybe some you don't use but all have good payment history, and you want to make some money off this, you can certainly do so and do so legally. But what about the risk of ID theft?
I think there's plenty of potential for identity theft on both sides of the equation here, Shepard. I mean, the fact is, the person who's going to become added as the authorized user, they have to cough up their name and social security number to the primary cardholder. And even the primary cardholder's not scot-free. If the authorized user did a little bit of digging and obtained the whole credit card account number and the expiration date, who knows? Maybe they could call the credit card company and actually get a replacement card or change the address and get the statement sent to them. So I think there's plenty of potential there on both sides of the fence.
Greg McBride, good of you. Thanks very much. Coming up.